This meeting is being recorded.
Shabbat Shalom and welcome to everybody. Shabbat Shalom. Tonight is a very special night at Temple Sinai. Not only is it Shabbat, a day of rest and gladness and renewing ourselves from our work week, putting behind us the stresses of the week that is just behind us, but also we are here to celebrate tonight and to thank and honor Heidi Smith-Hyde, who's departing Temple Sinai after 18 years as our Director of Education, 22 years serving Temple Sinai overall, and we have so many things to say thank you to her for, and many, many tributes. So glad that you're here tonight to join us. We're live here at Temple Sinai. Rabbi Talia Stein is to my left. I want to say to your right, but that's actually, she might be on a totally different screen. And Yoni Batat on oud, guitar, fiddle, who knows what else is here. And our rabbinic intern and vocalist, Leah Karnow, is also here, standing right in front of me. And we're here to welcome Shabbat. So we hope that wherever you are at home, that you'll find the beauty and light of Shabbat in your home and in your place where you are, and that you'll make your space a holy space tonight. The way to do that is to get ready with your Shabbat candles. I invite you to, if you haven't yet set up your Shabbat candles, go get them now. Set up your Shabbat candles so that you can have the lights of Shabbat burning in your home. And to light our Shabbat candles tonight for the community in honor of his bar mitzvah tomorrow, amazingly, is Zachary Gibbons, along with his family, with his mom, Elizabeth Temin, and his father, Chris Gibbons, and is Colin there too? Maybe, yeah, he's over there hiding. All right, good. So Mazel Tov to you guys. We're going to share our screen so that everybody has the words, and I invite you to light your Shabbat candles.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kichanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'hadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik
Lehadlik ner shel Shabbat Shalom to everyone. Shabbat Shalom. Let's begin by singing, by welcoming the angels of Shabbat. Zachary, Mazel Tov to you. We'll turn to you later in the service. Everyone, please join us as we sing Shalom Aleichem to welcome the angels of Shabbat, to ask for blessing from them and for each other as we enter into this holy time. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaSharei, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malchei Hamlachim, Kadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom, Boachem l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malchei Hamlachim, Kadosh Baruch Hu. Malchuni l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem l'shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Kadosh Baruch Hu. All right, the newness of Shabbat brings us new possibilities for our lives. So let's sing Shir L'Adonai, Shir Chadash. Sing to the magnificence of existence. Sing a new song. Shir Chadash, Shir Chadash, Shir Chadash. Shir L'Adonai, Shir Chadash, Shir Chadash, Shir Chadash. Shir L'Adonai, Kol Haaretz, Kol haaretz, kol haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai, kol haaretz, kol haaretz, kol haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai, baruch hu shemo, baruch hu shemo, baruch hu shemo. Shiru l'Adonai, baruch hu shemo, baruch hu shemo, baruch hu shemo. Adonai, Shir Chadash, Shir Chadash, Shir Chadash, Shir Adonai, Chadash, Shir Chadash, Shir Chadash, Shir Adonai, Kol Haaretz, Kol Haaretz, Kol Haaretz, Shir Adonai, Kol Haaretz, Kol Haaretz, Kol Haaretz, Shir Adonai, Baruch Shemo, 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 Shir Adonai, Baruch Shemo, Baruch Shemo, Baruch Shemo. Shir Adonai, Shir Chadash, Shir Chadash, Shir Chadash, Shir Adonai, Shir Chadash, Shir Chadash, Shir All right, we're ready to greet Shabbat by singing the Lechadodi, the song that Jews have been singing since the 16th century. And we say, Hit Orri, wake up, rise up. It's time for us. All week long, we've been marching through our lives. We've been doing the tasks that we need to do. We've been, following our to-do list. And now it's time to move beyond that, to go beyond that, to wake up to the incredible presence of our lives. And we say, Hit Orri, kiva orech, our light is coming. Now bring us light through awareness and blessing. So please join us as we greet the presence of Shabbat. Lechadodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Ishmi'anu el hamyuchad, Adonai echad, U'shemo echad, l'shemut eret v'litila, lechadodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu b'necha, ki mekor habracha, merosh mikedem nesucha, sof maaseh במחשבה תחילה, לechadodi לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה, לechadodi לקראת כלה, בני שבת נקבלה. Lechadodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat neka. Third verse, hitoreri, 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 ki ba'orechu miori, uri, uri, shir daberi, kevod Adonai, alaich nigla, alecha doti likrat kala. Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi likrat kala. B'nei Shabbat nekabela boi v'shalom atzeret bala gam b'simcha otzola. Tochemunei am segula boi chala lechad di likrat kala. Shabbat nekabela lechad dodi likrat kala. B'nei Shabbat nekabela la 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 lecha dodi likrat kala. B'nei Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi likrat kala. B'nei Shabbat nekabela. And now I invite you just to close your eyes. Feel where you are, whether you're standing or seated. Feel your feet on the ground, your back in your chair, or back straight. Know that you're in this moment, in this place, wherever you are, and Shabbat is arriving, a time of rest and goodness and blessing. And I invite you to take in a deep breath, to breathe in that rest and blessing for your life. Breathe in a deep breath. And we wish you Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom to everybody. Shabbat Shalom. We're so glad that you're here tonight, and we're going to now take the opportunity to go into breakout rooms so that you have the opportunity to wish each other Shabbat Shalom and meet a few people if you don't know them. All you have to do in just a few moments is to click Join Breakout Room. Wish each other in the other people in the room Shabbat Shalom, and if you don't know them, introduce yourself to them. We'll call you back in just a few moments.
Welcome back. Folks are slowly coming back from their breakout rooms. We come back together. We'll come back together. We hope you were able to meet someone new in your breakout room. We have lots of folks on our call tonight to honor Heidi Smith Hyde. And we join together. We join all together. I invite you to scroll through the Zoom screen to see who's in your community tonight as we recite our call to prayer. And I invite you to rise as you are able.
All the classes right together. So I know the mistake.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. We contemplate oneness, unity, that we are all interconnected. We are interconnected with all that exists. We are all responsible and connected with one another.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Le'olam va'ed.
You may be seated.
ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך
sanctify this day of Shabbat, the seventh day. We observe Shabbat. We use it as a day for rest, for renewal, for spending time with our loved ones. And we use it as part of our weeks, as part of creation. We remember that rest is a part of creation.
Shameru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם ביני ובין בני ישראל עוד לעולם כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש וביום השביעי שבת ויהי
We'll move into the Amidah, our standing prayer. And before we do so, I invite you to think about the first paragraph of our Amidah, the part we recite together, recalls our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah. And it doesn't just recall them for any purpose. It talks about the God of our ancestors, and specifically the God who honors the chastei, who remembers, Zocher chastei avot v'imaot, the God who remembers the acts of chesed, the acts of loving kindness of our ancestors. And I invite, as we move into this prayer, and we begin together as a community, and then offer our own silent prayers, we think about the acts of kindness in our lives, the ones that we perform for others, and the ones that others perform for us. And we use that as a source of strength to be able to open our hearts to God. I invite you to rise as you are able.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agid tehilatecha Adonai open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avoteinu v'imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה.
We move into a moment of silent prayer or reflection.
Say shalom bimroma. Say shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru la 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la.
We turn to our Misha Berach, our prayer for healing. As much as we are thankful for the vaccine, we are still amidst a global pandemic and are in need of so much healing, healing of our bodies, healing of our minds, healing of our soul. And we ask for God's blessing in this healing. We say, Misha Berach avotenu v'imotenu. May the one who blesses us bless all those who are in need of healing. And we're in need of healing as individuals, our community, our society as a whole is in need of healing from violence. And in the Temple Sinai community tonight, we're specifically thinking of these individuals: Karen Matheny, Sal Barinholtz, Robin Barinholtz, A.B. Haupt, June Zeiner, Jim Zeiner, Jody Kleiman, Gilbert Kleiman, Ronnie Meckler, Allison Santucci, Meredith Fine, Luann Luce, Ben Slavitt, Evelyn Opat, Samantha Kramer, Ann Fenton, Bill Banak, Sarah Singer Nori, Wendy Darcy, Don David ben Ezer Vechaya, Michael ben Bluma Veshmuel, Shoshana bat Moshe Ubella, Shoshana bat Chana Umeir, Shoshana bat Yitzchak, Pinchas ben Miriam, Davida Emanuela bat Yechezkel Ephraim, Ephraim ben Malka Rachel, Hanan Ashrei ben Moshe Umiriam, Yaira bat Sarah, Chaya Sheva bat Bela, Leora Maya bat Devorah Leah Umeidad Dani, Shmuel ben Leib, Harav Yochana Or bat Harav Meron Vechaya, and please name others in the chat for whom you're praying for this evening. We wish them a refuah shlema, a speedy and whole recovery. And we'll use the words of Debbie Friedman to sing the Mesha Berach.
May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit. Let us say, Amen. Amen. We'll turn our focus now to the words of the Aleinu and Hashivota, that we would remind ourselves of our obligations in the world, that we have work to do in the world to bring tikkun olam. And first, that means to turn our own hearts, that the work of tikkun olam begins with ourselves and those closest to us. So I invite you to rise in your place, if you wish, for the Aleinu, as we recall our obligations. It is Aleinu, it is upon us to do this work in the world. והשבותה אל לבביך כי אדוני הוא האלוהים ונאמר מלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו We recite Kaddish on this Shabbat for these individuals whose yahrzeits we observe, we remember them, and we hold them dear to us, and we hope that we can all find comfort as we remember these individuals. Merwin Adelberg, Stephen Allen Axelrod, Sandra Azrin, Albert Bowles, Ruth Breger, Cecile F. Epstein, Morris Edward Epstein, David Frank, Arthur Geller, Alan Green, Mrs. Arlene Green, Walter Grubert, Crichton Hogan, Rosie Hurwitz, Murray Cates, Susan Kramer, Selma Malik, Doris Matlow, John Mayer, Paula Mullen, Erna Neumer, Stephen Ober, Belle Rothblatt, Norman Sadowski, Gwen Sandifer, James Schenk, Philip Schwartzberg, Molly Smith, and Gerhard Sommerfeld. And in addition to those whose yahrzeits I've just named, we also remember these individuals who passed away in the past 30 days, the period of Shloshim, and we extend our condolences to their family members. We remember Murray Enkin, uncle of our member Jeremy Wolf, and Jeremy, we offer you and your whole family our condolences tonight. We remember our temple member, Rudolph Cass, father of Elizabeth Cass, and we extend our condolences to Liz and her entire family. Rudy was laid to rest yesterday. And we also remember Margaret Little, mother of Terry Little, and Terry and Susan, we offer our condolences to you and to your whole family. And I see that people are also naming individuals in the chat, and we hold them dear as well. Together as a community now, I invite you to rise as we recite the words of the Mourner's Kaddish, praising God, the source of life and love and care in the universe and in our own lives. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uv'yomechon, uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'gala uv'izman kariv v'imru, Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'alam u'lalmei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal, Shemei de Kudesha Brichu, Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma v'imru, Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min Shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, Amen. Osei shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. Ve'imru. Amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and send comfort to all who are bereaved. And together we say, Amen. 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 All right, Shabbat Shalom to everyone. Very glad to have you with us tonight. We're going to begin our program to honor Heidi Smith-Hyde in just a few moments. First, we're going to turn to Charlie Homer, Temple President, for some announcements, and then we're going to turn to Zach Gibbons, who will become a bar mitzvah, to tell us a little bit about his Tikkun Olam work, and then to lead us in the Kiddush, and then we'll continue with that part of the program. So Charlie, I'm going to invite you to unmute yourself. There we go. All right, good. Please, Charlie Homer.
Yes. Thank you, Rabbi. Shabbat Shalom all. It's wonderful to see so many people here for this wonderful event this evening. Just a few announcements, just to remind you that we have a Torah study tomorrow morning, of course, by Zoom. It's at 9 a.m. and all are certainly welcome. That will be followed by Shabbat services at 10:30, as you've heard, for celebrate the bar mitzvah ceremony for Zachary Gibbons. That'll be again at 10:30. And just to remind everyone that we have another special event a week from tonight, which is the Distinguished Service Award, which we presented to Amos Lassen, and do hope that you all can join us for that wonderful event. So with that, Shabbat Shalom.
All right, Shabbat Shalom. Thank you very much, Charlie. All right, Zach, we are going to turn to you. Tomorrow, you become a bar mitzvah, pretty amazing. And we want to offer you our congratulations, that's what I mean, to your parents who are with you, to Liz and Chris. Zach, why don't you first tell us about your Tikkun Olam work, and then we'll invite everyone to raise their cups in gladness and joy with you. All right, go for it.
So the cause I supported for my Tikkun Olam project is the High Fives program. This is a program that supports athletes that have spinal cord injuries. I supported this program because I play sports, and when you get injured, it is hard to take time off of the things you love. I raised money by fundraising and sending a video that I made to people. I raised a total of $2,500 for this program.
All right, way to go. Congratulations. Nice work. Keep it up. All right, now we're going to invite everyone to raise their cups and to join with Zach in the Kiddush. Here we go. Baruch atah Adonai
Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pari hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kichanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon kinhilanu, zikaron lema'ase v'reishit. Kihu yom tehila lemikrai kodesh, zeher litziat mitzrayim, kivanu v'charta ve'otanu kidashta mechol ha'amim, v'shabbat kosher be'ahava uvratzon kinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai
Baruch Shemo.
mekadesh hashabbat.
Amen. Amen. Yasher koach. Zachary, nice work. Congratulations to you. We'll see you tomorrow morning, you and your family and guests. 10:30 tomorrow morning. Everyone should please join us. You can take a sip of that. Have you done that yet? It's grape juice, right? All right, good. Mazel tov to you and to your whole family. Congratulations. Great work. All right. Now we want to begin our special program tonight to honor and thank Heidi Smith-Hyde, who has been the Director of Education at Temple Sinai for an amazing 18 years and spent 4 years before that as our family educator. And I just want to make sure everybody knows that Heidi's there. All right, good, Heidi, we can wave to us. We have a bunch of surprises for you tonight, Heidi, and so many people who want to share their tributes with you. We're going to begin first with Emily Case, followed by Elaine Ober. And Emily is one of the co-chairs of our education committee. Emily, please.
Thank you, Rabbi. So Heidi was my first contact at Temple Sinai 4 years ago. I remember the phone conversation very well. My family had moved to Brookline and we were looking for a religious school for our 2 young boys. We were seeking a place that was friendly and welcoming, where the boys could learn about Judaism in joyful and creative ways and experience the importance and meaning of living out Jewish values. We also wanted to be part of an open and progressive community that was active and caring. After that one conversation with Heidi, I was sold. And it turns out that mine was not a unique experience. Many of us were drawn to Temple Sinai because of Heidi, who has an amazing ability to connect with others. She listened deeply that day on the phone and was warm and positive in response. I remember her raving about a young male teacher and what a great match he might be as a teacher for my older son. Clearly, this woman nurtured her staff and took great pride in her work. I felt assured that at Temple Sinai's religious school, our children would be in excellent hands. Heidi, you have masterfully led our religious school for 18 years and built a tremendous program. You have been there every Sunday morning and Tuesday afternoon to welcome the children and parents with your beautiful smile and your calm and steady presence. You have developed engaging and varied lessons incorporating stories and music and art. You have drawn talented teachers and tutors and mentored them, inspiring them to expand their skills and their dedication to Jewish education. You have been flexible and accommodating to our individual needs. You have solicited our feedback and responded to our requests. You have made us all feel loved and cared about. In March of last year, you gracefully pivoted as we were forced to move our religious school program online. You gave no outward sign of despair in the face of overwhelming circumstances. Instead, you focused on continuing to provide rich and fun opportunities for learning and staying connected to one another. You popped into each Zoom classroom, maintaining your careful attention to detail and your always present support. You delivered art supplies and holiday gifts to our homes. You leave very, very big shoes to fill, or slippers, given the dress code of these last 15 months. One of the wonderful projects that was recently completed in the religious school was a book about gratitude, or Hakarat Hatov. Leah Karnow, our extremely talented rabbinic intern and vocalist, led our 2nd through 5th graders and their families in exercises to notice and appreciate the things that are most enjoyable and sustaining in our lives. Then each student and family created a visual representation of these things, and they were compiled into this beautiful book here. As a way to express our deep thanks to you, Heidi, we are in the process of creating our own gratitude book for you. So far, we have nearly 60 pages of submissions. It's going to look something like this. And there's still time to contribute if you'd like to do so. Just email me your message with a photo of yourselves or some artwork to go with it, and we'll go to print next week. And I want to thank Rabbi Vogel and Bob Ullman and my husband, Brett Benson, for your help with this special project. Heidi, you have been such a blessing to this community. I will miss you tremendously, but I know that your legacy of caring, joy in learning, tireless hard work and connection will continue here at Temple Sinai. And look out, when I deliver the book to you this summer, I plan to give you a great big vaccinated hug. Thank you.
Heidi, you may or may not realize this, but you are the reason my family and I joined Temple Sinai. It was early August 2005. Eric was about to enter 4th grade, and I really had to stop procrastinating and find a suitable Hebrew school. I called and left messages for the education directors at all the temples in Brookline. And about 45 minutes later, Heidi, you returned my call. We spoke for at least half an hour. As you described the curriculum, based on Jewish values and delivered through traditional teaching as well as art projects, cooking projects, music, dance, field trips, family learning, and class Shabbat dinners. Your excitement about the programs and your love for the students came straight through those telephone lines. Although I'd never met you, I could imagine your eyes sparkling. And I remember you saying something like this, that while it is important to create a joyful and positive learning environment in the present, it is equally important that, as adults, the students have happy and positive memories of religious school. I think that's what made the choice easy, because I never wanted to hear my son say, "My parents made me go to Hebrew school and I hated it." And indeed, I have never heard that. What also came through clearly in that first conversation, and has since been confirmed in so many contexts, was that you firmly believe all students can be engaged and can succeed. Anything is possible with a little imagination and a lot of hard work. The Education and Youth Committee saw this when you came to us with ideas for how to improve teen engagement, which had fallen off. You had done heaps of research, gone to sessions at Biennial, and talked with the teachers in the teen program. Oh, there were so many ideas and possibilities to discuss and brainstorm. It was exhilarating. After focus groups with teens and talk with parents and teachers, you developed a flexible program with multiple entry points so that students could be engaged in a way that was meaningful to them, whether it be social justice, madrichim, tikkun olam, or more traditional classes. This was ultimately named Sinai U, which welcomed its first students in 2014 and remains really popular with teens today. Heidi, as the catalyst for my family joining Temple Sinai, you have been such a force for good in our lives. And I'm sure that's true for many others in the Zoom room. In fact, we know it is. Thank you for the joy, creativity, and organizational skill that you bring to every endeavor. I can't wait to see how you build the next chapter of your life. Thank you for everything.
Thank you, Elaine. Beautiful, beautiful words. And Elaine is the former co-chair of the Education and Youth Committee and a former board member. Thank you, Elaine, very, very much. Now, next, we're going to hear from a member of our faculty, Ben Gerson, and then we're going to hear from some of our students, past and present.
Shabbat Shalom. Hi, Heidi. I would first like to begin my remarks about Heidi this evening by quoting the author and television host, who I admire very much. To quote Mr. Rogers, "As human beings, our job in life is to help people realize how rare and valuable each one of us really is. That each of us has something that no one else has or ever will have. Something inside that is unique to all time. It's our job to encourage each other to discover that uniqueness and to provide ways of developing its expression." Heidi, I believe that this quote truly represents who you are as the dedicated director of education you have been, the innovative teacher you are, and the talented author and storyteller you continue to be. Your positive spirit shines. You see the unique potential in every student, and you have created a religious school that fosters creativity, a sense of wonderment, and so much ruach. One of the things that we as a faculty love about you, Heidi, is the effort that you take to make us all feel special. You pay attention to details and have fun and creative ways to celebrate the beginning and the end of the school year. And on several occasions, you wrote and decorated acrostics with our names, reading them aloud, with each of our attributes that was unique to us. And tonight I get the pleasure to present Heidi in acrostic. Heidi, H, you are humble. You never need to be the center of attention because you always are highlighting the accomplishments and talents of other individuals. And so it took me almost 2 years to discover that you are a gifted author of Jewish children's books and finalist for the National Jewish Book Award and winner of the Sugarman Award for Best Jewish Books. Some of your books include Fievel's Flying Horses, Pavel and the Tree Army, and of course, my personal favorite, Mendel's Accordion. You have a love and passion for how you tell children about our American Jewish experience through your precious books. E stands for exemplary. Having a religious school where teachers have the best opportunities for success in their classroom is so important to you, and you lead by example. During the school year, you bring in your network of colleagues to provide professional development for all of us, from workshops with Stephen Bober at Lesley College in best practices in the classroom, to having consultants train us about special needs in the classroom. You recognize the importance for all students to feel supported and welcomed in the classroom. And so you knew that we needed to have Keshet, an organization whose goal is to provide equality for LGBTQ Jews, come and conduct training with us in how to support and celebrate our non-binary and gender non-conforming students. I stands for influential. Heidi, you have touched the lives of countless young people, whether that is as a teacher or as an author, and you have supported, provided precious wisdom and mentorship to so many of us as teachers. We are all better teachers because of the wonderful lesson plans you have shared with us every week, the time you take to talk about our individual lessons, and the constructive feedback you give us, and the support you give us in helping to reach our curriculum goals for the year. D stands for dazzling. Heidi, your favorite Jewish holiday hands down is Purim. Who cannot be in awe of how Temple Sinai is transformed every year on Purim into the ancient kingdom of Shushan, where children are greeted by none other than Queen Esther herself, along with a plethora of dazzling activities, including the circus, baking, magician acts, art projects, Israeli dancing, and more. Heidi, the amount of time and energy you spend planning Purim is truly a spectacle that is awe-inspiring and represents a true labor of love. And finally, instrumental. Heidi, we all know that it takes a lot of work behind the scenes to make the Temple Sinai Religious School thrive and be such a joyful, harmonious, innovative, and fun environment. That takes bringing people together, supporting them, and helping us all to shine. And because of you, Heidi, Temple Sinai is not only a religious school, but it's really an extended family. On behalf of the entire faculty of the Temple Sinai Religious School, and in a demonstration of how much we love you, Heidi, and how much you inspire us, we would like to present you this gift, and we have a visual, I think. It is Heidi in acrostic. We commissioned local Jewish calligraphy artist Rachel Jackson to create this piece, and it is a collective effort. The adjectives have been contributed by each member of the faculty. We just know that you are going to cherish this. Best of luck, and we look forward to many upcoming coffee dates. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Ben, thank you so much, and thank you to the whole faculty for contributing to this beautiful, beautiful gift. Ben, has it been delivered to Heidi's house, or it will be delivered?
I believe Heidi has it.
Ah, there you go. All right. That's it right there. All right, good. So you know what it looks like now.
I told her earlier she couldn't open it. So.
All right, good. Great. Ben, thank you so much for those beautiful, beautiful words.
Yeah.
All right. Beautiful. Beautiful. Next, It's my pleasure to call for two former students who are now college students, Jackie and Ali Mundis.
Hi. When we heard the announcement that Heidi was stepping down from her role as educational director to focus more on writing her children's books, we began to reflect on the profound impact that Heidi has had on us. Heidi has undoubtedly affected the lives of everyone at Temple Sinai. Her joyful presence makes every child and community member feel welcome, seen, and heard. Everything Heidi does is intentional and passionate. Her joy is contagious and radiates outwards towards every member of the community. Growing up through the years of Hebrew school, Heidi was a pivotal part of every Sunday and Tuesday. She is always incredibly cheerful and kind in everything she does, such as when she would greet families at the door or pop her head into the classroom. I will always remember the one and only time that I got sent to the principal's office at Hebrew school. I was terrified. I shyly walked down the stairs to Heidi's office and told her what had happened. Heidi reacted with a reassuring smile, kind words, and a heaping handful of M&Ms. No matter the circumstances, Heidi has always been there for her students and for her community, and she does so in the kindest of ways. Heidi has also always served as an excellent role model for us. She displays the best characteristics of a leader and has consistently modeled what it means to be a caring and compassionate educator. As I got older and transitioned from being a Hebrew school student to a madricha, I tried my best to emulate Heidi's kindness and energy while working with students. Heidi has always inspired me and continues to do so as I strive to become an educator myself. Heidi not only inspired me to want to teach, but she also has continued to support me and help me along the way. Heidi goes above and beyond in everything she does. She has continuously informed us about further opportunities to get involved in social justice work, such as through the Legacies program and Brandeis Design Lab. Heidi is someone who opens up doors for others, and she pushes them to reach their full potential. We are so grateful to have Heidi as a role model and mentor. She has shown us what it means to live intentionally, passionately, and vibrantly. Thank you, Heidi, for everything you've done for the Temple Sinai youth and overall community. You have touched so many people's lives and have made the world a better place. It's hard to express how grateful we are for everything you do, as you've been in our lives for decades, and your impact will continue to live on in the lives of the children you've impacted. Your children's books are wonderful, and we truly can't wait to see more of the beautiful work you'll continue to create. Thank you, Heidi.
Thank you, Jackie and Ali. Beautiful, beautiful words. It's great to have you back, especially for this moment. And it also just shows that our Temple Sinai students are always part of our community. So beautiful, beautiful words. Thank you so much. And now it's my pleasure to introduce a graduating student, Amelia Orwant, who actually graduated high school today and made time in her very, very busy and celebratory day to celebrate Heidi tonight. Amelia, mazel tov to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Just about as far back as I can remember, I've gone to Temple Sinai Hebrew School. So just about as far back as I can remember, I've been lucky enough to spend time with Heidi. I converted to Judaism when I was 6. I was a very stubborn kid. And when I learned that Judaism was matrilineal and my mother was not born Jewish, I needed to convert to be properly Jewish. There was no talking me out of it. But the reason I wanted to convert, the reason I wanted Judaism to be part of my life was Hebrew school. It was the kindness and the loving community and Heidi's big smile every Sunday morning. The fact that it's a place where music and laughter was always floating through the halls, where Heidi took the time to hug the kid who was having a tough time leaving their parents, and where learning was just as much about celebrating the people you were learning with and the person you were learning to become as it was about the knowledge you were gaining. That place, that love is what made stubborn 6-year-old me decide that Temple Sinai was going to be my home. And so I converted. And then about 7 wonderful years of Jewish learning later, I became a madricha. And I got a little peek, a tiny peek into what it takes to run the Hebrew school. I'd always known that Heidi did so much for the school. I'd seen her doing everything from coordinating family table donations to helping out every classroom with just about everything that could possibly go wrong, to somehow making fire drills an enjoyable experience. I'll always love the bell. And then learning to be a madricha, I saw a fraction of the planning, the coordination, the teacher training workshops, the immense work, all of it done with love. And that's what will never cease to amaze me, the love that Heidi shares with everyone. Because even while doing all of that work, she takes the time to read to the first grade class, to pop into every classroom to say hi every day, to stop and maybe comfort a young boy who's upset about his weekend or whatever it may be, and to help me, a nervous 13-year-old who'd signed up to be a madricha, but had no idea what to do, to spread that love even further. So as Rabbi Vogel mentioned, this morning was my high school graduation. And I think it's incredibly fitting that this falls on the same day that we're celebrating Heidi Smith Hyde. Because as I go on to the next stages of my life and look back on what lessons I'll take with me, I am so grateful to you, Heidi. For the big things, for being one of the reasons I converted to Judaism, sorry, I'm getting emotional, for helping me enjoy and grow into a passion for teaching. And I'm grateful for the little things too, not that there really is such a thing. I still have such fond memories of you reading picture books to my class when I was little, or showing such genuine excitement at my art project when I was 9 that was probably terrible. And I'm so grateful that you have taught me about not just creating a community with hard work and amazing results, but also, and more importantly, creating a community with love. It's a lesson that I hope to keep in my heart wherever I go. Thank you, Heidi.
Thank you, Amelia. Beautiful, beautiful words, and heartfelt as well. Thank you so, so much. And now, to follow that, I'm going to call Michael Clow and or Jeremy Wolf, who have a special presentation echoing the presentation that was made at the annual meeting this past Sunday. Michael.
Sadly, I don't have Jeremy, I'm going to hand it over to you with the
Okay.
presentations.
I love surprises.
Sorry about that.
But I'm of course delighted to be part of this. I believe what Michael and I are instructed to do is to reiterate that part of Heidi's collection of, I think she's going to have to build a whole new office to contain all of the goodies that she's getting this week. But Michael and I arranged for letters from Debbie Schreiber, who runs the URJ camping system in the Northeast, and from Rabbi Rick Jacobs, who's the head of the Reform movement, head of the Union for Reform Judaism in North America, honoring Heidi. In particular, Mike and Heidi have worked for years to get a remarkable delegation of our students to the URJ camps, Eisner, Crane Lake, and 6 Points SciTech. We are known in the community in the Northeast as, well, I think we actually won the prize for the highest per capita attendance at URJ camps. And a big part of that has been the enthusiasm and love that Heidi has put into that part of her work as well. If I have it right, I think this week's Torah portion is Korach, and I'm pretty sure that if Heidi had been in the wilderness when Korach declared that he and his followers were having a bad day, it all would have worked out. The earth would not have opened up and swallowed people. Everybody would have been happy in the end. And when they entered the promised land, they would have all been thanking Heidi for having made the trip a more loving, more successful, more educational path than it might have otherwise been. Thank you, Heidi.
To add just a few words to what Jeremy said, when I was thinking about our time with Heidi, besides our wonderful trips every summer out to visit our kids at camp, I also think about CPR training, security meetings, biannuals, CJP trainings, and packing up care packages for the kids at camp, and on and go. And Heidi was a true partner in all those endeavors, and I personally would like to thank you.
Okay, everybody can see you sleeping now.
All right. Jeremy and Michael, thank you so much for those words and for securing those letters from the URJ and presenting them to us. Thank you so much. Now, Heidi, we have a song for you. And it's one of our favorite songs, one of the favorite songs of Temple Sinai School, and we think it's also one of your favorite songs. So it's my pleasure now to share my screen. And you ready, Heidi? Here we go. Yeah. Hold on one second.
Tree of life to those who hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. It is the tree of life to those who hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. Shalom, 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 shalom. Shalom, shalom. Eitz chaim hi lemachzikim b'vetocheha me'ushar. Eitz chaim hi lemachzikim b'vetocheha me'ushar. Shalom, 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 shalom. Shalom, 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 shalom. It is the tree of life to those who hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. It is the tree of life to those who hold fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. Shalom, 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 shalom. Eitz chaim hi lemachzikim b'vetocheha me'ushar.
so miss you.
Thank you. I love you. Mwah.
Thank you, Heidi.
We love you. Thank you for everything.
Thank you. Bye, Heidi. Thank you. Thank you. We love you.
Yes, on mute.
Thank you, Heidi. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Heidi.
Mazel tov.
I will miss you, Heidi.
Thank you, Heidi. Thank you. Love you.
All right, beautiful. And thank you to everybody who submitted music and pictures for that video, and especially to Yoni Batat, who helped produce it, edit it, and compile it. Thank you so much. It's my pleasure now to turn to Charlie Homer, President of the Congregation, for a special gift from the Board of Trustees.
Great. Thank you so much, Rabbi. And if I could share my screen, that would be a great help. Heidi, it's impossible to follow that video. It was quite wonderful. As you know, Heidi, the community had the opportunity to honor you an earlier time this week at this past Sunday at our annual meeting, and the board presented you with a special intangible gift, that of a lifetime membership to Temple Sinai, so that you and Martin will always be a part of the Temple Sinai community. But today, we also want to present you with a more concrete visual manifestation of the board's appreciation for not only your 20+ years of service, but also the innumerable ways that you have contributed to Temple Sinai, to the Jewish community, and to the world as a whole. Now let's see, am I able to do it? I am, yes. And here is the beautiful visual gift, the beautiful gift of art, which will be delivered to you this week. And I want to thank the board secretary, Alice Speck, who together with past president Nora Abrahammer and Elaine Ober were kind enough to identify and pick. And I hope you will find a prominent place in your home in that edition. Oh, there, you do indeed have it already. Great. So that'll be in the edition which Jeremy has already spoken about. You know, your warmth and the excellence of the school, as we've heard so many times this evening, has attracted so many families to Temple Sinai. And that is indeed one of the many things for which we have to be grateful to you for. But also, I just want to highlight that the love of Judaism, the comfort with Jewish practice, and most importantly, the incorporation of Jewish values into their being that generations of children have gained from you personally and from coming through your school, not only enriches them, which we've heard about tonight, and enriches their families, but it also enriches all whom they will touch in their lives, and indeed, through them, the whole world. So on behalf of the board and our entire community, we thank you.
Thank you, Charlie. Heidi, we'll turn it to you now.
Wow, that was incredible. So amazing. Totally unexpected. First, before I share my remarks with you, I wanted to wish Zachary Mazal Tov on his bar mitzvah. You did a beautiful job on your Friday night kiddush, and I know you will excel tomorrow morning. So Mazel Tov, Zachary. For some time now, I've been wondering what I'm going to say to you all tonight. I guess I'll begin by telling you how I ended up here at Temple Sinai in the first place. I owe it all to my mother, Ellie Smith, who happens to be at tonight's Shabbat service. Mom is a retired religious school teacher who for 20 years taught at Temple Emeth in Chestnut Hill. For 11 of those years, she and I team taught grade 4 and grade 5. Anyway, Mom called me one day and said, "Darling, I saw a want ad in the Jewish Advocate. Temple Sinai is looking for a 10-hour-a-week Jewish life educator, and I think you'd be perfect." Temple Sinai, where's that? I said blankly. Having grown up in Brookline, I'd heard of Temple Sinai, but I wasn't exactly sure where it was. "It's right in Coolidge Corner," she replied. "It's a very classy and historic temple. You should apply." And so I did. Several weeks later, I found myself in Weintraub Auditorium with my predecessor and soon-to-be mentor, Leanne Shamash, the great Rabbi Emeritus Frank Waldorf, and numerous others. Right away, I was drawn to the place as well as to the people. And upon my return home, I remarked to my husband, I don't think I'll get the job, but they were all very nice there. Not long after that, I was offered the role of Temple Sinai's very first Jewish life educator, a position which I held for 4 years before becoming Director of Education in 2003. I will always be grateful to Temple Sinai for offering me this role and for taking a chance on me. I often refer to my talented and beloved teachers, many of whom are here tonight, as my Temple sons and daughters. We are like a family, and over the years, I've watched them get married, in many cases to each other, and have children of their own, some of whom are now in our Ketanton preschool program. One of my greatest joys has been watching former Temple Sinai students and madrichim become excellent educators themselves. I've had the privilege of working under 7 stellar congregational presidents: Mark Cooper, Jeremy Wolf, Harvey Cotton, Michael Clow, Pauline Gerson, Nora Abrahammer, and Charlie Homer. Each of you has worked hard to ensure that Temple Sinai remains the welcoming and inclusive place it's always been. Looking back at our 22 years together, I am incredibly proud of everything we've accomplished. We have a strong and vibrant religious school where joyful Jewish learning takes place, a cadre of involved active teens who care about the world and each other, robust Jewish summer camp involvement, passionate teachers who lead by example, meaningful community programs that span the generations, and more. There is a distinct sense of authenticity and individuality about this place that first became apparent to me the moment I set foot in 50 Sewell Avenue in 1999. I'm constantly amazed at how hard our lay leaders work and how much they truly care. I've been blessed to be surrounded by a host of dedicated people who are there at a moment's notice to offer advice and support whenever advice and support is needed. Thank you to members of the Education Committee led by Emily Case and Justine Hyde, the Budget Committee, the Board of Trustees, and everyone else who has banded together to create this treasured community we call home. Thank you to Mario Calderon and Ron Lucci for lovingly tending to our building. Paul Kelly and Kathy Arnstein, what can I say? Thanks to you, our Temple office runs like a well-oiled machine. We couldn't do what we do without you. Rabbi Stein, I've been so moved by how you've connected with our religious school children and teenagers, especially during this unique year of quarantine. Your deep commitment to social justice is awe-inspiring. To Linda Katz, our peerless executive director, who works harder than anybody I know. Linda, over the years, you've become a dear friend and trusted advisor. Thank you for your stalwart support as well as for your friendship. I look forward to talking and laughing with you for many years to come. Rabbi Vogel, you and I have worked together for 17 years. During that time, you have been a tireless advocate for the religious school and all its children and families. From the beginning, you have been there to offer your spiritual guidance and unwavering support, and for that, I will always be grateful. I'd like to say a few words to my precious religious school children and their families. We have had so much fun together. I will always remember the Purim carnivals, camp days, class Shabbats, scrappy youth group events, monthly family Havdalahs, family programs, the chocolate oneg, mitzvah day, and more. I will never forget greeting you at the door each week and watching you bound up the stairs to class, eager to learn and to see your friends and teachers. It's been a joy and a privilege being your director of education. You are brave and smart and resilient and compassionate. Watching you interact with your teachers week after week, grappling with Torah, learning to read and write Hebrew, and exploring your proud and ancient Jewish heritage has been a bright spot. It fills us all with hope for the future. Thank you for this amazing celebration and your heartfelt remarks. Yoni and Leah and everybody who contribute to that amazing music video. will stay with me for a very, very long time. Last but not least, I'd like to acknowledge my friends and family, many of whom are here tonight, including our amazing sons, Andrew and Stephen, and dear daughter-in-law, Avital. Andy and Steve grew up hearing about Temple Sinai. It's as much a part of their lives as it is my own. And of course, my husband of 35 years, Martin Hyde. Marty has been with me every step of the way, ever since we were kindergartners together at Baker School. You may not know this, but Martin is the mysterious man behind the curtain. Not only has he helped me with my budget spreadsheets over the years, but he was right. But he was also responsible for saving my seat during high holiday services whenever I ran upstairs to check on the children's program. He is my champion and my most trusted advisor. In closing, I will tell you that no matter where I go or what I do, I will always say with the utmost pride, I was the director of education at Temple Sinai in Coolidge Corner. You know, the one next to Trader Joe's. Thank you. You've all written such beautiful things in the chat. I don't know if I'll be able to respond to all of them, but I've seen them flash across my screen and I'm truly honored by all your kind words.
Thank you, Heidi. We're all going to give you a big round of applause now silently on mute. Here we go. Heidi, to close, I want to thank you both on behalf of the whole Temple Sinai community and there we go. I want to thank you on behalf of the whole Temple Sinai community and also personally and from my own heart, and just tell you how grateful we are and how much we appreciate you. You leave behind an incredible legacy. You have defined Temple Sinai's religious school and its character for a very long time. Generations of Temple Sinai students and their parents only know you as the person who has shaped Jewish learning at Temple Sinai. And so this legacy that you are leaving behind includes creating a joy of Judaism, making Jewish life joyful. Day in and day out, for all of these years, you have graced us all with your cheerful countenance, with your contagious smile and positivity. You have exuded enthusiasm for Jewish learning, and your happy and positive outlook has allowed everyone to enjoy learning and teaching. You have also had, and this may be hidden from some of our parents, a remarkable ability to guide our teachers to find the best role models for our students and to inspire them to give to our students from their hearts. You have always been committed to excellence with your unbelievable hard work, tending to both the big picture and the details. And you've always been at Temple Sinai early in the morning and very frequently late at night to make sure that everything and every person would always be in the right place at the right time. No detail has escaped you for all of these years. It's amazing. And during this particularly challenging year, during COVID, you did amazing work, as was mentioned earlier, to pivot and make sure that our religious school would thrive. You have always been committed to Temple Sinai, to our children and their families, to the successes of our teachers and our program, and to Jewish learning. And it seems like yesterday, but it was many years ago, back in 2008, you were awarded the Keter Torah Award from the Bureau of Jewish Education for very good reasons, for your commitment to excellence and your dedication to Jewish learning. Heidi, I want to say this beautiful teaching that the Talmud gives us, that the Torah both begins and ends with kindness, with chesed. The Torah begins and ends with chesed. That is to say, from start to finish, the essence of Judaism is chesed, is loving kindness. And you exemplify this saying. You have modeled inclusive, welcoming, loving, and caring Jewish community by your own personality and your own living example. And personally, I want to say that I cannot tell you how much with words I will miss you and how grateful I am for your partnership for all of these years. We've been a great team. We've been great collaborators together for all of these years, and we've worked hand in hand with one another and been on the same page and had a great rhythm. Most of all, in the years since I arrived at Temple Sinai 17 years ago, I have loved working with you, and I cherish your friendship. I am so grateful that the Board of Trustees, as Charlie mentioned, has given you and Martin a lifetime membership to Temple Sinai, and that means that our connection will continue in new ways, because it would just be too hard to really have to say goodbye. So Heidi, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are all deeply grateful. And now we want to ask God's blessing for you, and we want to ask our whole community to offer our blessings for one another and to receive our blessings from each other. So I'm going to invite everyone to raise their hands high in the traditional ancient Jewish blessing pose. Invite you to put your camera on and to set your view, if you're able, towards camera view, gallery view, as we ask God's blessing for each other, for Heidi, and receive God's blessing on this beautiful Shabbat. Shalom, shalom, shalom. V'yasem lecha shalom. Shalom, shalom, shalom. V'yasem lecha shalom. Shalom, shalom, shalom. V'yasem lecha shalom. V'yasem lecha shalom. V'yasem lecha shalom. May God bless you and keep you. May God shine light upon you and be good to you. May God smile upon you, Heidi, and your family, and upon all of us, upon our entire community. May God bless us all with shalom, peace and wholeness. And together we say, Amen. Amen. And now to conclude, we'll make motzi over delicious challah and wish everyone a beautiful Shabbat Shalom. So please join us. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Shabbat Shalom.
la 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 ya la 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 Shalom bimroma uyase shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru la 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 ya la 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.